Each year, 750,000 women globally are newly diagnosed with breast cancer. There has been billions of dollars spent on research, on testing, and on new therapies. But even with all that, what we understand is that breast cancer remains a complex disease. Agendia's focus at the end of the day is to help find the right treatment for the right woman at the right time.
The evolution of personalized medicine and precision medicine in breast cancer has relied heavily on the availability of genomic information such as MammaPrint and Blueprint. This is really looking at the genomic anatomy of breast cancer rather than simply looking at the cells under a microscope.
At Agendia, we have state-of-the-art laboratories with cutting-edge technology, and we have a tremendous group of researchers that actually uses all this data and applies it to our new products. Because with these products, we want to help the patients with breast cancer to help them make those difficult decisions on how to continue.
Our core products include MammaPrint, a 70-gene assay for risk of recurrence testing, and Blueprint, an 80-gene assay that tells a woman's molecular subtype.
So MammaPrint looks at the gene activity of 70 genes in the tumor, and we determined by our initial research that 70 genes, when they are in the on status, gives an aggressive tumor, and if those 70 genes are in the off status, that means it's a slow-growing tumor. Tumor biology can also be viewed by looking at gene activity from a test called Blueprint. So what Blueprint does, it looks into yet another feature of the tumor, which actually foretells if the tumor is basal, luminal, or HER2 type. And what that brings is that each of those three subtypes would result in a different recommendation of treatment.
Genomic information to guide therapy in early breast cancer has primarily been used to determine the need for chemotherapy. However, combining MammaPrint and Blueprint at the earliest point of diagnosis allows clinicians and their patients to make informed treatment decisions about the timing of surgery, whether or not to give systemic therapy prior to surgery or after surgery, and even the extent of surgery that is needed. Agendia is committed to the highest quality science and to the development of innovative clinical trials. With these trials, we have established extensive data supporting the clinical utility of MammaPrint and Blueprint in early stage breast cancer.
The MIND-ACT trial is the prospective trial where the use of MammaPrint has been tested in almost 7,000 patients who are now followed for 9 years in their follow-up after diagnosis. The innovative part of MIND-ACT, which we started to create in 2006, is that it was going to compare the standard of care based on looking at the outside of the tumor, things like the tumor diameter, number of dividing cells, and see if looking under the hood 70 gene signature could actually further refine and specify who is in need of chemotherapy and who can forego chemotherapy.
MammaPrint is unique in being the only breast cancer risk of recurrence assay to have not only FDA clearance, as well as to be recognized as having level 1 evidence by the ASCO and NCCN guidelines. Both of those major guidelines were joined by European guidelines such as ESMO and St. Gallen to endorse the use of MammaPrint in early stage breast cancer decision making.
Since its founding, Agendia has been focused solely on breast cancer. Now we're focused early stage, but our vision for the future is to play a role across the entire treatment life cycle of a woman with breast cancer.
Here we're at Agendia's Center of R&D Excellence and Innovation in Amsterdam in the Netherlands. We have a very exciting pipeline of products. This will include more tests to help breast cancer patients. So beyond early intervention, we're also planning to bring recurrence monitoring, but also metastatic treatment tools to the physicians and the breast cancer patients. And what makes it so exciting is that there are so many new technologies available that we can integrate in genomic profiling.
An important thing is actually that the precision oncology that diagnostics can bring nowadays is available and for patients, because they need to get access to all of this knowledge so that they can get the best care and benefit from all of this.
All of us who are involved in the care of women with breast cancer understand that there is much more to be done and much more to be accomplished. The outcomes have improved dramatically over the last several decades, but we can do better. And I believe that Agendia and this team is on the right path to improve the outcomes for women with breast cancer by employing the genomic information resident within those cancers to help make the best treatment decisions.